today I'm coming to you with a product review. Biometric safe, the model K5 to be exact, by a company called PINEWORLD. This is supposed to be a biometric safe that gives you access with your fingertips. You also have buttons so you can insert a code, and supposedly it's Wi-Fi enabled as well, so that's kind of interesting. Here's the K5 safe by PINEWORLD. Obviously you can see you have the biometric access here, the keypad, you do have a traditional key, and it is Wi-Fi enabled that you can open it once somebody tries to access it with an app. It's quite innovative, and I'll talk about that in a minute. When I opened the box, I noticed this thing is actually constructed really nice. It is very heavy for its size. I have to say that no safe is 100%. Everything is crackable, and a burglar can break into anything with enough time. But what you want is a safe that is going to restrict access, probably to children, or just deter your basic criminal who's not going to spend time trying to bust into this. So just so you guys know the terms of this deal, they sent me this safe free of charge and said, please do a review on it. But I also told them that I always give upfront and honest reviews. I will never lie, and I will always share all of my experiences with you guys. And this is where I'm going to start talking about the first issue I had with this safe. Although the safe seems to be extremely well constructed and very heavy, when you first get it, it does not have any batteries in it. The door is locked, and it only comes with a key. No instruction manuals. And the first time I tried to open this with the key, the door did not open. So I thought something was wrong with it. And then I went online and they said you can plug in a USB Mini C into this to give power to the unit. And at that point, any fingertip will open the biometric access, or you can push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the check mark. The door still did not open. In fact, the little speaker said that the safe was already unlocked. So as always, thanks for watching.
The length is 13.75 inches, the width is 11, and the height is 3.5. The weight is 12.5 pounds. This safe doesn't have a big ugly logo on it like some of the others. It's pretty heavy duty. I could probably pry it open if I had to, but it wouldn't be easy. The lid is thin but strong. Interior dimensions: length is about 1 foot, width is 7 inches, and the height is about 2.5. You could easily store 1 full-size handgun and a couple of mags. Actually, you could fit 2 guns in here and still have some room left over. It's got this nice interior LED light to help you find your way in the dark. Here's where the battery compartment is located. It takes 4 AA batteries, and here's where the little program button is that you will need to use when setting up a code or fingerprint. Okay, so there are 3 different ways to open this safe. First is with the key, and it comes with a set of 2 nice big ones. The second way is with a code. Let me demonstrate. First, you want to hold the program button in for 5 seconds and then release it. Next, you'll need to enter your own made-up code consisting of 4 to 8 digits. Then press the program button again. Don't hold it in this time, just a quick press. Now close the lid and try it out. I went with code 1265 for this test. If you enter the wrong code, the fingerprint scanner will turn red and the safe will not open. If you enter the wrong code 5 times in a row, the safe will go into alarm mode for 5 minutes. The only way to get inside then is to use the key and take out a battery. Even if you remove all the batteries, the safe will still remember your code and fingerprints stored in its internal memory. See, I enter 1265 again and it opens. Moving on to the fingerprint option. Hold down the program button for 5 seconds and then release it. Pick a finger you want to record. Place it on the scanner until you hear a beep, then repeat 2 more times. To open it up, put that same finger on the scanner again. In the manual, it recommends to slightly alter your finger position for each scan. Keep in mind you can record up to 10 fingerprints. Also keep in mind that you can erase them all at once and start fresh. To do that, you would hold down the program button for a full 10 seconds. You will then hear 2 quick beeps in succession.
Okay, I've decided to revisit a stealth product, the Handgun hanger safe, fitted with a tubular lock, cut to 2021. These devices are now fitted with this style of wafer lock that takes a laser cut inner groove key. These are all based on automobile lock designs. That's why the key stock is always extra long like this. The lock has a sidebar also, so you can't pop a tension wrench in this and start setting wafers. So now I'm going to go over the positive features of this device and give this a highly qualified endorsement. My endorsement comes with a caveat. The word caveat means warning, usually with regard to taking a specific action. A caveat can also mean an explanation, a cautionary detail that you need to know. In this case, I'm using that word in the primary meaning. So here's your warning. This type of keyway cannot prevent somebody from pushing a screwdriver down there. And then you can grab that screwdriver with a pair of pliers and break the lock. So I can't put this on my list of approved devices because none of the products on that list can be opened with just a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. And I don't want to get into arguments with people about that. So this is a very qualified endorsement. One of the things I like about this device is that it requires a 6-digit access code. Another thing I like is that the LED lighting up the interior is red, and red light won't interfere with your night vision. I should mention you can also silence the beeping noise. Another thing I like is this little gas strut that catches the door. It's not the quietest device in the world, but this little gas strut is protecting the hinges as the door falls open. The device also comes with a printed sheet that reminds you about the need to bolt your device down, and it has one additional warning. Down at this corner is a hole for securing the device with cable. I recommend that you toss out the cable and bolt this thing down. That piece of paper suggests filling the hole with a nut, bolt, and washer, which is a good idea. The problem is there's another hole right here. This is for the wall adapter. It's just a tiny transformer that steps down the current from the wall. If you undo this nut right here, you can push the plug through, and at that point you've got a hole that's not too far from the reset button. I've been playing around with some coat hanger wire, and you can get to it. It takes some farting around, but you can get there. However, I should admit that my area of expertise is not really in applied coat hanger technology. If you really want to know, my master's degree is in advanced paperclip technology, theory and practice. And if you really want to know, that degree is not finished. What happened is I was developing a new kind of paperclip for use by astronauts on space stations and space shuttles. And that's what my thesis project was about. But only weeks before I was to submit the finished paper, NASA discontinued the space shuttle program. So on the advice of a professor, I held off and negotiated an extension of time. And I suppose now with SpaceX up and running, I could probably pull out that old thesis and come up with some new paperclip designs and, really do something with it. But with all the time that's lapsed, it's hard to get motivated.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. As I usually do before I buy something, I settled on the Verifi Smart Safe S6000 made by Svetco. So they have a couple different sizes. This is a 6000, so it's kind of like their wider model. And the heart of this system is this quote-unquote FBI certified fingerprint reader. This is actually a pretty interesting unit. There's settings you can adjust, and it has this concept of user management where you could assign up to 40 fingerprints to this unit and several users, so the fingerprints are assigned to a particular user, and you can perform different actions. And what's really neat about this is that it's intelligent, so it'll keep track of who's opened the safe. So one day you come to the safe, you find it open, it'll tell you, hey, you know what? This user had opened the safe and left it open. It'll also tell you if the door's been left open too long. It's got an audible alarm. And it'll tell you when someone tries to open this that doesn't have an authorized fingerprint. So let me show you this. All right, so it's gonna lock. Right, it performs a self check and it passes. Tells you the batteries are at 100%. Okay, that's actually important because you want to know when the batteries are dying. Again, there is an audible alarm that goes off when the batteries are low and when they're dying. So I'm going to hit this button and try to open it. I'm going to use this finger, which has not been verified. Okay, so it's saying, hey, I don't like this finger. Okay, saying no match, try again. Now there's one alert. Okay, so I'm going to use this finger, which I did verify, and it tells me, hey, there's one alert when I come to the safe. Hey, unauthorized try. That means someone, not authorized tried to get into the safe, which is neat. Okay, going back to the battery feature, let me bring this up in the settings. Okay, it wants my finger. Okay, but go into the settings. You see a lot of other brands get reviewed more. I'm surprised people haven't discovered this particular model. But all in all, I'm very happy with it. So that's pretty much it. This is just a short review. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, I got this awesome gun safe in the mail today that I'd love to talk to you about. So first off, it is so important that your children and your loved ones or anyone else that comes in your house are safe from the harmful objects that can be potentially dangerous. You need to make sure that this gun is kept away from children and anyone else that might not know how to use it or will use it against you. Or a knife, or maybe even your tax documents or your password information for all your other accounts out there. Anything that you do not want people to see or have possession of other than yourself, this is a great object for that. Another reason why I like this gun safe is that it is also very professional looking. If you are allowed to have a concealed carry at work or you want to put this in your office that has a professional look to it, this is going to fit right in and it's not going to look weird. Another reason why I like this gun safe is that it is really easy to set up. It took me only about a couple minutes to set up, and that is amazing, especially for how secure this is going to be. So another reason that this gun safe is so awesome is that it has plenty, play on words, nice and safe, gun safe. I hope you guys like this and enjoy.